Let's face it, no child chooses the family they're born into. But if children could choose, it's likely the Trump family wouldn't top the list for those dreaming of a quiet, ordinary life. When Melania Trump discovered she was pregnant with Barron, it came as a surprise, even to the couple themselves. Donald already had 4 grown children and wasn't exactly diving into round 2 of fatherhood with open arms. Melania would later recall that when she broke the news to her husband, his first reaction wasn't a joyful celebration. Instead, it was more like a deer caught in the headlights. Donald, for his part, claimed he wasn't shocked by the idea of having another child, just by how quickly it happened. And so, Barron William Trump entered the world on March 20th, 2006, straight into a life that would be anything but ordinary. Raised in the full glare of the public spotlight, he never asked to be famous. But being a Trump meant that privacy was a luxury never afforded. For Barron, childhood wasn't just about golden cribs and marble mansions. It meant growing up with paparazzi cameras breathing down his neck before he could even spell the word privacy. From a very young age, Barron was pushed into the public eye, not by choice but by circumstance. His parents were simply too famous. While Melania worked hard to shield him from tabloids and flashing cameras, Barron still found his face splashed across magazine covers. It was only when he grew older and began school that the family started limiting his public appearances. And let's be honest, trying to memorize multiplication tables while dodging TMZ isn't exactly in any school's curriculum. Education for Barron came with extra baggage. While most kids dread transferring schools, for Barron it almost became a part-time hobby. He began his education at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in Manhattan, just a short distance from Trump Tower. But once Donald launched his White House bid, Barron's school life changed dramatically. After Trump's 2016 election win, Barron and Melania initially stayed behind in New York so he could finish the school year. Eventually, they relocated to Washington, D.C., where Barron enrolled at St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Maryland. But that arrangement was short-lived. After Donald's defeat in the 2020 election, the Trump family packed their bags once again, this time for Florida. Barron had to start over yet again, enrolling at Oxbridge Academy in Palm Beach. 3 schools, 3 states, and more transitions than most kids experience in a lifetime. Going from a Manhattan penthouse to the White House sounds like an upgrade, unless you're a 10-year-old who just wants to hang out with friends and play video games. With Secret Service agents stationed in every corner, freedom was a myth. According to Donald, Barron wasn't thrilled about the move. He loved New York, his friends, his school, and honestly, who could blame him? Trading Central Park for political press conferences isn't exactly a fair exchange. Even with a private movie theater, pool, and bowling alley, life in the White House was more Harry Potter stuck at Hogwarts than kid in a candy store. And the internet, it can be brutally cruel. Imagine being 10 years old and becoming the punchline for adults who should have known better. That's exactly what happened to Barron. From the moment his father became president, Barron became a target, not just for gossip blogs or Twitter trolls, but even mainstream comedians and journalists. One Saturday Night Live writer even tweeted a cruel joke, saying Barron would become the nation's first homeschool shooter, a child, just 10 years old. The backlash was swift, but the damage was done. Because while Barron never chose to be in the limelight, the world chose to look and judge bomb anyway. The comment was so tone-deaf it could have curdled milk. The backlash was swift, and the tweet was deleted, but the damage had already been done. Even his fashion choices became a lightning rod for criticism. Critics mocked Barron for wearing casual clothes on Air Force One, claiming he should dress more appropriately, because apparently what America needed most was a 10-year-old in a 3-piece suit. He was going viral, but for all the wrong reasons. Barron Trump, through no fault of his own, had become a cultural flashpoint simply for being a kid. One of the most infamous moments came from a family video. A young Barron, wide-eyed and innocent, expressing his pure love for something simple: travel gear. With just one line, "I like my suitcase," the internet found its next target. The innocent remark could have been forgotten in minutes if the internet hadn't latched onto it like it was the next viral TikTok sound. Soon, the clip was remixed, parodied, and turned into a viral sensation. What was once a sweet childhood moment had been turned into a digital spectacle. Barron, against his will, became the reluctant face of suitcase fandom around the globe. And while some found it amusing, for a teenager just trying to live his life, it was nothing short of humiliating. Most kids fear awkward school photos surfacing, but Barron had to watch himself become a punchline over a suitcase. You really can't blame a bitch for wanting a suitcase to hide behind. In 2023, Barron's life took a disturbing turn. A woman from Chicago, Tracy Fenza, allegedly sent a chilling letter threatening to kill both him and his father. The threat, directed at a child, was mailed straight to Barron's school. She claimed she would shoot them in the face if given the chance. Law enforcement took the threat seriously and swiftly arrested the woman. But even with the arrest, the fear lingered. Most teenagers worry about math homework, not assassination attempts. It's unclear how much of the details were shared with Barron, but the idea that someone might target him just for his last name is terrifying. He didn't ask for the spotlight. He never signed up for the danger that seems to come with it. Growing up with the Trump name meant constant scrutiny, but no child should have to live in fear of being hunted. For Barron, it was a haunting reminder. Fame often comes with a terrifying cost, and when your father might be going to jail, the pressure only builds. Let's talk about the elephant in the courtroom. Donald Trump is facing mounting legal troubles, from alleged hush money payments and mishandling classified documents to charges of election interference. Whether you believe it's a political witch hunt or justice being served, the legal circus has created a storm of anxiety for the Trump family, especially Barron. Imagine coming of age while your father faces multiple indictments. Dorm room conversations don't go past the chips, followed by did you hear my dad might go to prison? At one point, sentencing was postponed, offering temporary relief. But even with delays, the idea of Donald Trump behind bars isn't something Barron can shrug off like a bad tweet. And then, the unthinkable happened. Gunshots rang out, literally, as if Barron hadn't endured enough. His father was shot at a rally. Donald Trump was grazed by a bullet in Pennsylvania, walking away with a bloodied ear and a re-energized campaign. Photographed in Florida, Barron was casually playing tennis when someone ran up shouting, "Your dad's been shot." Imagine trying to finish your serve after hearing that. For any teenager, that would be terrifying. Just another page in the Trump family's action movie script. Trump's ear might have taken the hit, but the internet, fast and fearless with its memes, didn't miss a beat. Meanwhile, Barron had probably dropped both his racket and his will to play. It's hard to focus on your forehand when your life feels like a live news broadcast. Other teens worry about pop quizzes. Barron dreads press conferences. The world, even tennis, now comes with Secret Service agents and sirens. I spy with my Secret Service. Most kids grow up with babysitters. Barron grew up with men in black suits whispering into wrist microphones. When your father is a president, or even a former one, the Secret Service doesn't just vanish. They follow you everywhere, even to school. Barron couldn't escape Uncle Sam's tight surveillance. At Oxbridge Academy, parents were actually informed that undercover agents would be a regular part of campus life. While most teens worry about detention, Barron had to think twice before sneaking snacks into class, because the feds might just be watching. Thanks to the former president's Protection Act, Barron will have Secret Service agents with him until age 16. So anonymity at the school dance, not happening. If you've been amazed by Barron Trump's daring journey through fame, fear, and those unforgettable suitcases like we have, hit the like button. Want to dive deeper into the untold lives of public figures? Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a story. Got thoughts on Barron's path? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. And remember, even suitcase kids deserve peace.